Hey everyone, in this video, we will do a full GoHighLevel client onboarding. So this is not just a walkthrough. This is a full implementation of a client onboarding process in GoHighLevel. And this is how we basically do any onboarding on GoHighLevel. If you don't know it already, I created a GoHighLevel client onboarding checklist a few months ago, probably a year ago. What I did is I laid out all the steps that you need to go through in order to do a seamless client onboarding in GoHighLevel. And I'm going to walk you through this list first, and then we are going to go through each and every item in this checklist so we can check them off and we can implement the full client onboarding process. First of all, the onboarding process starts when they make a payment. So it depends on you how you want to receive the payment, whether through Stripe or Funnel in GoHighLevel, or if you have SaaS, you're on the $497 deal, you have them sign up and then they get their account created automatically. That's why I wrote it. You can skip some of the steps if you are on the $497 per month package. So if you have SaaS mode on and you're signing people up through SaaS, you don't have to set up their sub account, and then you can skip a few steps in this checklist. The usual onboarding, it starts with send onboarding form to clients. So you need to create an onboarding form, and this onboarding form needs to be created on your business account. So if you are the SaaS owner or the agency owner, you will have a sub account for your use as well. So you will create this survey or this form, whatever you want to do, in your sub account. So I'll show you how to create this. For example, I will go to this sub account. Let's assume I am using this sub account for myself as the SaaS owner. This is my business's sub account. This is not the client's account, just to confirm. What I'll do is I'll go to sites and I'll go to survey, and here I will add a new survey like this. And the survey will have all these information, like ask for the client's name, email, phone number, business name, email, address, phone number, notification email. So this is the email that the client will get the notification to, and then the business type, what type of business this is, and the EIN number. This you will need if you are signing up people in the US, because for US based numbers, in order to get a phone number, in order to get it SMS enabled, you need to go through an extra step which is called A2P verification, and for that you will need their EIN number. Calendar availability, if you are setting up calendars for them, you need to know their available slots so you can set up their calendar. And then you need their website logins to install the form, install the chat widget, the survey, calendars, all those stuff to the website. And then you would need their domain hosting logins in order to create the funnels, and then add subdomains, and then add email sending subdomains as well. For these stuff, we usually create a survey, and then we get all the information by sending that survey to that client, so client can fill it out with all these information. So let me just quickly create this survey on the survey builder. So I'll just call this client onboarding survey. I'm not just showing you how to onboard, I'm also showing you how to set up the whole onboarding process. You don't have to create it every time you sign up a client. So this survey, you just need to create once, the first time you're setting it up, and that's it. You'll be able to reuse it every time you onboard a client. So I'll just quickly do full name, email address, and then phone number. And then you have a TNC here. You can just get rid of this and then add a simpler version of it. And then we have a new slide. I will call the new slide business information. So we will ask for some business information like this one. Organization can be, say, company name or business name. And then we will say address. And then we can also do a business phone number. So we will just go here and search for phone number. So we can do like this. So we are using the custom elements here, and we will say business phone number. And what else do we need? Business email. So we will just go for another single line probably, and we will do it like this. Okay, perfect. And then add a new slide to get the notification email. So we will say, what email address would you like to receive notifications? We can just be more clear and say lead notifications. Whenever there's a new lead, they'll get notified via that email. You can just select a drop down from here, add a new slide, select a single drop down, we'll say business type, and we can just configure some of the options from here and say home service, business, or say wellness. So you can add your options here, and then we would say other. Just any other business will be covered in that scenario. EIN. So add another one here and say single line. For US phone numbers verification, please enter your EIN number. And you can explain to the client if he asks further questions like, why do you need my EIN? And then you'll explain, okay, we need to do this verification, and for that we need your EIN number. And then the next part is calendar availability. So we can just add a multi-line field this time and say enter your calendar availability. So for calendar slots, please enter what times in the week are you available. Then the next one will be website logins. And again, we can just do a multi-line field in order to integrate our CRM with your website. Enter your website logins. So whether it's WordPress or Squarespace or Wix, whatever it is, they just need to enter their login details here. So enter login details here. And then you can add a text underneath that says your information is 100% secure. So that will give them some assurance. You guys are not doing anything fishy with their information. So we'll say, and just type it like this here. And lastly, we would need their domain hosting plugins. Again, we will do multi-line field only. And I'll say, in order to integrate our funnels, please enter your domain hosting provider logins. And again, we will enter another text that says your information is 100% secure. Then just do it center, and that's it. So we have our onboarding survey, and this is something we need to send to the client so the client can fill it out. Any of these questions you want to make it mandatory, like required, like for this one, you can make it required. Also, I think business type can be required as well. And then US phone numbers. Let's just keep it not required, like optional for now, because if they don't have it, they can reach out to you, say, we don't have EIN. What are the other workarounds? Then you can maybe set up a toll-free number or something. Calendar availability can also be optional. I've seen local businesses don't have any availability and they don't use the calendars either. That's fine for now. And then in order to integrate our CRM with the website, you can put it mandatory, but the logins for domain hosting, most of the times these businesses don't know their domain hosting information, so you can keep it optional and reach out to them later. But this is something you must have. If you want to make their funnels live or authenticate the email, you must have their domain hosting provider details so you guys can set up the DNS records. So once that's done, we are still on the agency setup site. So we haven't started any client onboarding yet. So this is the survey you need to send to the client. Maybe you can embed this to a funnel so it looks a bit more professional. You can add your logo and stuff to it. This is the core element of that onboarding process that you need to definitely have. And when the survey is submitted, you guys can notify yourself, like create a simple workflow like this on your agency's sub account, like your business's sub account, not the client's. Like this one, go to start from scratch. We will just add a new workflow that says onboarding survey submitted, and we can say survey submitted. The survey will be onboarding survey, right? The client onboarding survey is submitted. You guys can just get a internal notification. Let's just do email and send it to all users. New onboarding client onboarding form submitted. Form survey, same thing. And we will say, hi team, we have a new client onboarding info. Please set up the account. And if you want, you can add all those information from the survey to this email. So you guys can get the email with all the information submitted in the survey, and you guys start setting it up. So you just need to do name, email, phone number, and I'll just pause the video. I don't you guys to wait and see how I do this. So these were all the default fields that I have filled out from the contact custom values here, but some are custom values that we set up on the survey itself, like business email address. So if we want to find this, we need to go to custom fields and search for business email, and then same thing goes for phone numbers, and then say notification email, and we can just do business type, do EIN. So if you keep searching for these based on how you set it up on your survey, it will start showing up here. Calendar availability, website logins, and finally the domain hosting provider logins. So domain, and that's it. Best in your CRM. That's the notification you'll get. But when the survey is submitted, there's one more way to find out all the answers. If you go to the survey and go to survey submissions here, you'll see all the submissions come through. So let me just do a test submission. I'll just do my own information to business name, awesome agency or awesome roofing 123. Business email will be awesome@gmail.com. Phone number will be same as mine. What email address? I'll just say awesome. See, we set up two different email fields because sometimes people like to have an email address. They sometimes prefer another email address to receive the lead notifications too, which is why we separately set up another field for that. So business type will be home service business, and this totally depends on you. I'll just say like this, and calendar availability will be Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then enter logins here, login, info, test. So once this happens, we will receive a notification because of the workflow we set up. But if we come over here and if we select the client onboarding survey, it should show us a submission like this one. So if you click on this, you'll see all the information, and you are able to export this as well. If you want to download this as a PDF, and this is basically your client onboarding information that you would need in order to set up the account. And with that, we have our first steps sorted. So we just need to basically send this survey to our clients so you can fill it out. And then obviously when it fills out, you get the notification, and you can come over here to get all the information that they submitted. And then that will help you set up the sub account, which is step 2. And again, if you are on the $497 per month plan, which is the SaaS plan, and you have your SaaS funnel set up and stuff, you don't have to create their sub account. They can do it themselves. When they basically sign up, they get their account created, and then we need to add the client and staff member information. So we are going to assume we are on the $297 per month, which I am already, and then we are going to create the sub account for the client. So let's just go and create the sub account. So in order to create the sub account, what I will do is in my GoHighLevel account, I have created a home service snapshot. I use the snapshot for any type of home service business. I've kept it generic enough. I'll be able to use it for roofing businesses, plumbing, HVAC, remodeling, anything I want. All I need to do is after I install it, I just need to customize a few things. And if you want to get this snapshot for your GoHighLevel as well, you can get it. I will link this snapshot in the description so you guys can get it for your business as well. And this snapshot is quite good because it has everything covered, including Google reviews, follow-up sequences, appointment confirmation reminders, probably has a database reactivation campaign as well. When creating the sub account, we will use this snapshot. So everything is already in the account, and all we need to do is just do some minimal customizations. Let's just go ahead and set up the account. So we will go to sub accounts, create the sub account, and we will go to my snapshots. I will search for that snapshot. I have quite a few snapshots right now. If I just search for home service, there we go. Just click on this, select and continue. And now here, if your client has a Google business profile, you just need to type that name and it will start appearing. So I'll just do ARP, heating and air conditioning. Let's just say this one is my client. So all I need to do is just do this, and then I will just enter the client's first name, last name, email address. And lastly, I'll just enter the time zone. So I'll just do John, my client, email.com. And the time zone will be, basically anything. Let's just select anything here, and we will add the sub account. And this sub account will be added, and the sub account name will be ARP heat and air conditioning. That's my client's business name. Now, once the sub account is created, you'll get a notification that the snapshot was pushed to the sub account and it's all installed now. Now, what you can do is you can just switch the sub account. So with that done, we have our second step covered as well. And again, if you are in the 497, you don't have to do this because it will be happening automatically if you have the SaaS funnel set up. Third step is add client staff member access. So we will add the client to this account so the client can log in to this sub account and then do his sales and marketing stuff. So go to the account. We have already switched to the sub account now. What we need to do is go to settings and go to my staff. Here we will create the staff members. First of all, it will be the client. So we can add as a user, John Smith, and then just do johnsmith@gmail.com. And here under advanced settings, if you want to set up a password, you can set it up, but I usually don't do it because if I don't set up a password, the client receives an email to set up his password on his own, and that's it. So we will just do next. And the role is very important. So I usually add the client as an admin. All his staff members, I add them as users. So you can add them as admin or user, but the client, the business owner, I set up an admin account for them, and the other ones can be, say, user. So I think we already have a user with this email. So I'll just do John Smith 1. This is just a test. I'm showing you how we go through these steps, but you'll literally copy the steps that I'm showing you for a real client. So that's done. We have client added to this account. You come under my staff, you can see the client's been added. With that, our third step is done as well. If you want to add other people, the client's staff members, like the salesperson or any program director the business has, you can add them as users also here. So the third step is done. The fourth step is add their Google and social integration. So what you can do is you can record a quick video like a Loom or something to show the client where they need to add their Google and social media profiles. So basically you just need to record a video saying, hey, thank you for signing up. All you need to do now, and this can be generic. So this can be just one-time video shoot and that's it. You just shoot it once and send it to every time you onboard a new client. So basically you just need to say, hey, thank you for signing up. Here's what you need to do next. Once you log into your account, you must have received an email from the CRM. You just need to log in. And once logging in, you just need to go to settings and go to integrations. Here, you need to sign up for Google. So just click on this and they will take you to the Google sign up page. You just need to select the right Google account for the business. Once logged in, you will be able to connect your Google My Business profile and Google Calendars and everything, all the Google products like the Google ad accounts. So everything will be connected here. Let me just do this. And once that's done, you can connect your social media like Facebook and Instagram as well. So I'm just signing up to Google. I'm just showing you how you need to instruct your client how to do it. Once that's done, the client can start doing Facebook integration as well. So when logging into Google, the client will be asked, what business profile would you like to connect to this sub account? If they have access to their Google business profile, it will show up as a drop down here. So this is something you need to tell your client on how to do. But once that's done, Google is all sorted. So I'll just hit close, and as you can see, Google's connected now. And here, client can connect the Google business profile and the ad account. As you can see, I don't have any Google business profile under this Gmail, which is why it's not showing up. If I had it, it would show up here. Next, we need to log into Facebook. So same thing. Just click on this. And once that's done, the client can link the Facebook page. So let's say this is the client's Facebook page. Just click on this. That's it. Just connect Facebook. So the Facebook messages, the Instagram profile messages end up in the CRM. So they don't have to go to Facebook or Instagram to see the messages, to reply to the messages. They can talk to them in the conversation area. We have done Google, Facebook, Instagram. And if the client wants to receive payments, the client needs to connect Stripe account as well. And that will be under settings and integrations. The client needs to go here. And this is something you need to obviously instruct the client on how to do it through a video. That's why I'm showing you all these, what you need to do, what you need to show your client on how to do. So just connect with Stripe, log into Stripe account, and that's it. Connecting Stripe is very easy, but this is obviously if the client wants to receive payments using Stripe or any other payment method. But that's the integration part, which is the fourth step. Hey everyone, just wanted to take a quick moment to share my school community where if you join, you get to ask me questions about issues you're facing on GoHighLevel Ads Automation AI. You can also be a part of the weekly coaching sessions where I conduct training on many different topics and we do a Q&A session after that. Besides, you get free access to a lot of my courses that I'm not uploading on YouTube anymore. Some of them you can already see on the screen. Also, there are members only discounts. So if you join, you get 50% off on my courses, my snapshots, my funnels, everything. That's pretty much what I want to share. See you on the other side. The fifth step is load snapshot and configure. So we have already loaded it when the sub account was being created. So if you have already loaded it, you don't have to load it again, but you need to configure. If you have a look at the steps to configure the snapshot, rename and customize funnels, and that's under sites. So we have a few funnels over here, and then update workflow triggers, which will be the under automations. And then we have edit email, SMS content with the client's brand voice. That's also under workflows, and connect calendar and user assignments where needed, review the adjust the pipeline stages. So let's just go to settings, go to custom values. And obviously this set of custom values you're seeing, this came with a snapshot that I just installed. And once again, if you want to get the snapshot, you can get it from the link in this video's description. Everything we can see here, all the custom values are used in the workflows and the funnels and the emails and the SMS and all that stuff. You need to make sure that all these things are filled out properly. So I'll just go to business city. I'll just do Minneapolis. This is also, again, test. I don't want to show you guys any real client information because that would be breach of policy. That's why I'm just showing you how I do things with a real client. That's basically the replication of the process. That's the business name. So this is how you need to fill it out with all the custom values we have. Business city, business name, owner name, phone number, state, street address. From email, lead value is basically the estimated lead value for each lead we generate. From email means what is the email address the emails are going out from in this count. And GoHighLevel uses alias technology to send out emails. So it's not actually going to go out from an inbox. Instead, it's just going to go out from Mailgun if you use LC email services, and it will show as if it was sent from this email address. So this makes sense. Notification email, they would like to receive the lead notifications too. That's something you can get from the survey. And the notification phone number, similar to notification email if they want to get SMS notifications as well. There are some other custom values which I haven't filled out for now, like the phone number of the business, which will be the virtual number you get from the phone number section here. Review automation is for a Google review link. So this is the link to leave a Google review on Google business profile. And then we have the review domain URL, which we will fill out once we set up the subdomains. And then services provided is not much needed, but best if you have it. Terms and conditions is the terms and conditions page of the website. So that's all the custom values all done. Next, we have the configuration step as rename and customize the funnels. So if you want to go to sites and funnels, and if you have a snapshot for yourself, you must have funnels like this. So you can just go and customize these funnels by clicking on edit in a new tab and customize whatever you want to do in terms of customizing the funnel. Update workflow triggers, that's not needed right now. Once you get the calendar available slot forms and integrations all sorted, you can update the workflow triggers according to that. Edit email SMS content. So for that, you can go to automation, and whatever automations we have going out from here, you can just customize those according to the brand's voice. Connect calendar and user assignments where needed. For that, you need to go to settings, go to calendars, and you need to configure the calendar slots. So obviously, because I created a user, it created a calendar for that user as well, but you can delete that if you don't want to use it. So we have a calendar right here, and you can just rename the calendar if you need according to the business's purpose. And here under availability, this is the information that you'll get from the survey that was submitted by the client, where it had calendar available slots. Next, we have review and adjust the pipeline stages. So if you go to the opportunities and then go to pipelines, in your leads pipeline, you'll see a bunch of stages like this. So you just need to customize that according to the business's sales process. Just feed it according to your client's business process and use custom values, custom fields to save time and scale personalization, which is exactly what we did. First thing we did is updated the custom values. So that's all done now. The fifth step is very crucial because once you load the snapshot, you need to configure it properly. Otherwise, the automations are not going to work properly. The SMS, the emails, everything there is need to be customized according to the business's tone. So that's why we need to go through all these steps properly. Update the custom values, update the funnels, update the workflow triggers, update the SMS email content, adjust the calendar, and then review the pipeline stages. These are the steps in terms of configuring the snapshot. The next step is website integration. So in terms of integrating the CRM or the system with the website, we first need to go and install the form. So if we go to our account and then go under Forms Builder, in my snapshot, there's a website contact form, which is pretty much ready. So all I need to do is I have access to the client's website, let's assume here. And what I need to do is just get the colors and brandings and stuff. So I'll just do this, grab the color from here, which is the orange. I need to go to my form, and then here I will say the background needs to change to this. So that's the only thing I would do here, and align this text. And if you want, you can also add another multi-line saying, what do you need help with? And once the form is ready, and if you don't have a form in your snapshot, you can quickly create one, which is not a big deal. Just copy the embed code, and I will go to the contact page wherever there are forms installed on the website. You just need to go to those pages. So this is a WordPress website, and the website access is also available on the onboarding survey, right? Because if you send the client the onboarding survey, the client will send you the website logins, and it doesn't have to be WordPress. It can be other website builders. Once you have it, you just need to go to the builders and then install the chat widgets and the forms and the calendars and whatever you want. So here on the contact page, we have a form, which we can just easily get rid of here and then just do HTML. I'm using Elementor, but in your case, it could be something else. There we go. So we just install the form, and you need to check the other pages as well, because in some client websites, we've seen all the pages having a form at the bottom. So you don't want to miss any forms that's out there. And then we will go to the calendar widget. So usually in these websites, there's no calendar, so we don't need to set up one, but the chat widget is a must-have. So we will go to the high-level account, and here under chat widget, we can just create a SMS chat widget here. We can rename this to website chat widget. Here's the configuration window. You can just style it according to how you want it, according to the client's branding. Chat window, what text would you like to have here? And any additional information you would like to put, customization, the brandings and all that stuff. After taking care of all these, just save that and hit get code, copy this and go to your website. And in WordPress, I use header footer code manager to install external embed codes. So I'll just go to all snippets. Let's add a new snippet here. And adding code snippet in websites is different for each builder. So in WordPress, I use header footer code manager and usually come here and say chat widget, and you need to install it on the footer, not on the header. So just copy this and paste it. Now, if you go to the website homepage, you'll be able to see the chat widget is installed here. So with that, we have the form set up. Calendar is not needed. Chat widget, tracking scripts, that's not a part of high level setup, but that's something you can do in order to track the traffics coming out on the website. So with that, your website integration will be sorted. But before we finish this website integration part, I just wanted to tell you that you need to make sure the automations are set up for the forms and chat widget. So here on my automation, on my snapshot, I have a website contact form automation. We go to the forms trigger, form submitted website. That's what I meant when I said we will configure the workflow triggers on the 5th step when setting up the integrations with the website. You just need to come here and say form submitted website and make sure the website contact form is selected here. Here under assign to user, we just need to assign it to the user, and that's it. Same thing goes for the chat widget workflow. Go to chat widget automation, go to reply channel chat widget. Yes, that's fine. And select the right user from here. Now we have 6 steps set up as well. The 7th step is getting a phone number and A2P DLC registration. So this is for US phone numbers. The A2P 10 DLC part, if you are onboarding someone outside the US or outside Canada, you need to not do A2P 10 DLC, but get a phone number still. So here under the iLevel account, go to settings, go to phone numbers, add a number, just select the country, refresh, and put your filters in, then you'll see the phone number and get it. That's it. But once you get the number, you need to get it A2P 10 DLC verified. And there are some steps we need to forward the number. So when you purchase the number from here, let's assume we are doing a US client onboarding. Just get the number, and after getting it, you need to forward that phone number to the actual business phone number. All the incoming calls that will come into these numbers will be forwarded to the actual business phone number. And then if you want to do some additional stuff like set up voice AI agent and all that stuff, you can do that, but it must be forwarded to the business phone number. That's all. And once you get the phone number from here, you need to get it A2P verified under Trust Center. So it's a whole another process which I have covered in this video. So obviously I will share this document with you guys in this video's description. You guys can check it out, how to set up GoHighLevel A2P 10 DLC. I have updated the video with the recent one that I did a few days ago. That's the 7th step. So once you get the phone number, you have the 7th step sorted, and obviously get it A2P verified if you are doing a US client onboarding. The 8th step is subdomain and funnel setup. So subdomain is first of all for the funnels. The funnels are under sites here. Like if you go to any of these funnels, you'll see that they are not linked to any subdomain, which you need to link to a subdomain in order to start using them for ads or any other traffic generation or lead generation process. I have a video over here to show you how to add a subdomain to funnels. And I have a video over here to link an email sending subdomain. So if you go to settings right here, go to email services. Once you set up a new client's account, you must set up an email sending subdomain. Otherwise, the emails are not going to properly go through. So just click on dedicated domain and IP and set up an email sending subdomain, which I have definitely covered in this video. So make sure on the 8th step, you have these two set up. And for that, you would need the client's domain hosting provider details, the logins. And that's why we have it on the onboarding survey. And the onboarding survey is very crucial for you because if you don't get any of those steps done, you won't get the proper client onboarding done. That also covers the EIN number, if you remember. And the EIN number is required for the A2P setup. So for 7th and 8th step, look at the onboarding information on the onboarding survey and get these two done. And that's a must have. The 9th step is something that's very important if you want to keep the client after onboarding them. If the client doesn't know how to use the system, how to use all different elements in this account, like how to use the contacts area, how to use the calendars, the conversations, opportunities. For example, if you have them log in, you need to definitely give them a walkthrough of the dashboard, the conversations area, calendars, contacts, opportunities, and everything else can be avoided for now, because if you overwhelm the client, that's also another problem. You may end up losing them as well. Then what's a must have when you are giving them a walkthrough through training course or sending them some training videos on how to use it. And it's best if you do the videos, because since you're the owner of the account, it will establish a really good amount of trust with the client. You definitely need to give them a walkthrough of dashboard, conversations, calendars, contacts, opportunities. That's all. for now. And then you can show them some stuff like reputation management, how to use the reporting area to see all the reports, all the traffic, and the lead reports coming in, appointment reports coming in. But that's on the 9th step. The 10th step is obviously after you are done going through all these 9 steps, the 10th step is setting up an onboarding call, a walkthrough call, because you will show them the training module videos. Once they are done with those, they will have a lot of questions for you. And that's something you need to address on the onboarding call. Schedule a live call to walk the client through their account and answer any setup questions. And these are the steps: dashboard overview, conversations, calendars, pipeline opportunities, how to respond to leads, mobile app usage. And yeah, that's also very important. You need to show them how to use the Lead Connector phone app, because most of these clients will be using the CRM on their phone through the Lead Connector app. So you definitely need to tell them about this and then have them install it. Reporting basics. So once these 10 steps are done, you have a solid client onboarding. Once again, client onboarding is not essential only for sign up process, but also it's essential to keep the client, to retain the client for months and months. And if you do it properly, I guarantee you, if they are familiar and if you go through all these integration steps and setup steps and they're really familiar using the system, they'll never want to leave. As long as their business is there, they would need the system, because GoHighLevel is super awesome in terms of sales and marketing. I'm not sure about the CRM side. Like once you sign up someone, once the business closes a client, the CRM, like the management part, is a bit average, but I'm very confident about the sales and marketing side, the lead generation, nurture, and closing side in GoHighLevel. And that's why you need a proper onboarding with the client to keep them essentially forever. So let me know in the comments about the client onboarding process. If you need anything from me, if you need anything to be covered in the future. And that's it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one.